The picture shows intervals of a sixth on strings 2 and strings 4 in the key of G. And you could just look at the picture and you could play these and get used to it, but I thought I'd also share sort of how I process it. It makes it a little bit easier to transpose and do it in other keys. I think of this one, that here's G on the 8th fret, okay? And so if you put your second finger on the 9th fret of string 4, you have two notes from the G chord. You know, if you think about this shape of a G, you got a root and a fifth and a third. So we're playing these two notes with these first and second fingers. And I think of that as G. And you can watch the major scale formula come to life on string 2. If you move up a whole step, take that root and move it up a whole step, then you have two notes from A minor, the second chord in the key of G, coming from this A minor shape. Slide up another whole step and you got the notes from B minor. And you could keep going. I'll do one more. Here's the notes from C, the fourth chord in the key of G, using that shape. And so I'm going to take this shape now to the first fret, same thing. And so if you now slide that up a whole step, and you got some notes from the fifth chord in the key of G. That's the D7 chord. And then you go to the 5th fret, and you got some notes from the 6th chord, E minor, and go up another whole step, and you got some notes from that diminished chord, that F sharp diminished chord from the key of G. So that's how I think about it to help me transpose it. So if I need to play it in another key, all I need to find is where the 1 is, where this shape of the 1 chord is, and then I'm ready to go. But oftentimes, and you'll find this to be true, you can just do it by ear as well. You can just mess around with these shapes and figure out real quick where to put these two shapes for whatever key you're in. And you'll also get used to how they flow. And I use this in the key of G, but also the relative minor. You know, if you're in E minor, that's the relative minor of G. All this stuff still works really great. It seems to be one of my go-to methods when it's time to do a little solo or something. Also, you can use a hybrid pick, so you could use your pick and fingers, or you could strum that and mute the middle string. Sometimes I do a little strumming, and you can mute that middle string by allowing one of your fingers to touch that string that's in the middle, so that you can do a little strum. So now I'll just I'll make a little loop in the key of G. It's also really cool to jump around. In other words, if you don't use them exactly in order and you jump around a little bit, sometimes you can come up with some really cool sounds. It's fun to transpose this. It's fun to put it on other strings, but I'm not going to get into that in this video. I'm just going to sort of cut it off right here and let you go have some fun with that. Turn on a G major or an E minor jam along and have some fun, and use the picture. The picture's got the fingerings. The color coding on the picture doesn't mean anything. I just rotated colors so you could see the shapes a little bit better, okay? So Have fun, and I'll see you in the next video.